What's up, squad? Back with another video. I seen that title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. So before we get into all of this, let me turn this light up, y'all. Before we get into all of this, you have President Trump. You know, you got President Trump basically connecting with, you know, when it comes to, you know, these young athletes, I guess you can say. You know, some kids, obviously, and one thing about this, I don't understand how President Trump gets so much hate when it comes down to this, because I truly feel as if, and they said that I guess President Obama, this is something that he canceled or something, you know, when it came down to the presidential fitness, you know, whatever that, I don't even remember. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't remember what it truly was and what it is, but I truly, you know, I seen what it is, and I absolutely love it, because even if, you know, because somebody had commented and said it was because of some kids don't have the ability, you know, to be like other kids. And let me tell y'all something. When kids see other kids playing, other kids tend to play. Other kids tend to want that. You know what I mean? And I truly love to see kids outside playing. You know, I love to see kids outside playing. I ain't gonna lie. Because when I was younger, that's what I love to do. You know, is I remember I used to have we had plenty of bikes, and we had this big old ramp in the middle of the street, and we had jump on the ramp all day. Trampoline, basketball, like just being outside. You don't really see that now. So this stuff I love to see. But then again, anything that President Trump does, he's going to receive hate.
Well, I want to go out and watch these great athletes. I'm not talking about him and him and him. I'm talking about these kids, because I think you're going to be far better as an athlete than anybody behind you. Okay? Do you agree? I think you're going to be a better athlete. What sport do you play?
I play football.
Oh.
There you go.
Do you think you're going to be better than him? You'll be faster. You're going to be so much faster than him. He's going to be like lightning. He was known for his speed, by the way. I don't know. I think pretty good. What sport do you play?
I don't play sport because my mom didn't sign me up, but I'm trying to play gymnastics.
Gymnastics? Oh, wow. That's a good sport. It's a great sport. What do you play?
I do dance, but I also do volleyball.
Oh, nice. Hey, nice and tall to be a volleyball player. Amazing. What about you? Look at this guy. He's a big guy.
Yeah, crazy thing is, y'all haven't seen my daughters in a while, but most of y'all know, most of y'all don't know. I'm 6'5". Their mom is pretty short. I don't even know. I think their mom like 5'2" or something like that. But when I tell y'all that my daughters are pretty tall, they're pretty tall. And I played basketball growing up, and I've been trying to get, so my 2-year-old, she wants to play basketball. She loves watching NBA. She loves watching WNBA. She watched, I think it was College Women. They were playing, and when I say that she absolutely, like, she loved, like, she just, I think what it was is that she was so used to seeing NBA, because I would show her like NBA games or college basketball games. I know some people feel, you know, some type of way. I've always loved basketball. Y'all see basketball. I'm a basketball coach, all of that. So when I obviously, you know, was showing her NBA games, and then when she seen that it was actually like women playing, I think it made her excited that, you know, women, you know, they play too. And it kind of made her smile. Now my oldest, she just turned 5, and she just it's strictly gymnastics. So we put her in gymnastics. We want her to all, you know, get out and get some friends and stuff too, because she is, you know, homeschooled. So, you know, I know what I mean. But I've been trying to push her. When I say that she's tall, she's definitely tall. She doesn't look like she's 5. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm doing football right now, and next year I'm going to be trying to do powerlifting.
Oh, whoa.
Yes,
Already, let's go.
I said powerlifting.
That's awesome.
And you'll never compete against women in powerlifting.
No, sir.
Did you see that they had a man powerlifter, and he decided to go the opposite direction? He took a record, stood for 18 years. He beat it by 119 pounds.
Whoa.
Okay? They put the little quarter of an ounce to 18 years it stood. This guy came. He was a failed power lifter, but he went on the other side and he decided that he wanted to go into women's sports. And
President Trump be real with anybody.
118 pounds. Think that's fair? So I don't think we'll have to worry about you.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do good. Are you a strong person?
Yes, sir.
Good. You think you can take me in a fight?
He said, yeah, we can see. Let me tell y'all something. Whoever these kids are, I'm not going to lie, very well mannered, very respectful. I'm not going to lie. I love to see that. You know, I try, we try our best, to raise our daughters that way. Because it's important. It's very important. That's what I'll be talking about all the time. You can just see how well married. Yes, sir. No, sir. Hey. That's respect right there.
Hey, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? How about you? What sport do you play?
I play volleyball, and in the summer I'm trying to get into soccer.
Wow. And with your height, do you smash the ball, the volleyball? You get up high. Can you jump high?
Not very.
Soccer might be better. I don't want to be. I'm just looking. I think she'd be a great soccer player. That's good. Good luck, okay? What about you?
Hockey and golf.
Well,
I'm not going to lie. I was about to guess. I don't know what it is. He looked like a hockey player. Like, how you see, and I know you don't judge, but he looked like a hockey player.
You know that guy. Do you think you could be as good as him someday? Not easy.
Better.
Won't be better.
That's fire, though. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely fire, like, seeing this. That's why I love watching, obviously, videos with y'all for the first time, because I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if y'all seen that video. You have it right here, though. This former MLB pitcher, Noah, said just nailed it after meeting President Trump for fitness at the White House. Like I said, there's been a lot of people that, it's a lot of talk about this whole thing, and it's definitely sickening that people are even like this. Check it out.
Educating kids, and it's important to be healthy and to be active and get out and compete and just expose yourself to as many sports and activities as you possibly can. Just the interaction I had with all the kids today, getting able to throw a couple fastballs, do some pull-ups, just get out in the sunshine and the White House lawn was just an amazing experience. And I've always been a huge fan of President Trump, and I met him for the first time today.
Oh, is that your first time?
Yeah,
I didn't realize it. You acted like you were old buddies.
A dream come true. It's just like I'm riding this bliss in this moment, in this interview with you right now, and I just really don't quite understand the negativity or the pessimism he gets with the media and some of the population of this nation, because he's just such a patriotic guy, and he cares so much about everybody and just the health of this nation and the health of this world. Educating kids.
See what I mean? One thing about it being 100 with y'all, I said it before, like, one of these days I got to meet President Trump, bro. One of these days. I don't know when it is. One of these days I got to meet President Trump. But y'all more than welcome. I'm saying wherever. I got to meet President Trump, though. Y'all got it right here, though. I didn't watch this whole video because I was literally waiting. I was literally waiting to watch this with y'all, because when I say this is probably one of, it was one of the worst interactions, when it came down to Greg Gutfield, Jessica, and Jesse Waters. And it's not on their part. It's not on Greg Gutfield, Jesse Waters. It's literally, when I say Jessica Tarlov, when I say that she screamed and was so mad in this video, I literally watched it, and I was like, man, I gotta stop watching this, because I gotta save it. I gotta save it so we can watch it together. Check it out right here. Oh, and to mention again, it's so crazy on how it's always something. It's always something when it comes down to whatever Trump does. They always gotta hate. Check it out.
Love how he doesn't talk down to kids. He told them the specifics, the grisly facts about war. Now, you could argue he should have tamped it down, but it speaks to the nature of Trump and that his critics get wrong, which is he doesn't talk down or condescend, whether you're a child or a woman, Dana. Oh. Yes. Condescend means talking down.
Oh, thank you.
He doesn't care if you're gay, non-binary, Asian, black, Mexican, a woodland nymph. He doesn't see identity. The kids are there. He goes, this is what's going to happen. He's great with kids because he's kind of great with people. He's one-on-one and in groups. And if you don't like him, that's fine. I don't care. But why do you care that I like him? That's the key to all this. We talk about these, fractious relationships, but I'm okay with you hating Trump. Why aren't you okay with me liking him? If you could just look in the mirror and answer that question, liberals, you would feel so much better. Why does it bother you that people like Trump? Perhaps there's a large role in your dissatisfaction. It might be your own personal resentments. You may play a large role emotionally in how you feel about Trump. Maybe if you get over that, you'll spend less time and effort being so miserable.
Do you have an answer to that, Jessica?
Why do I care that you like him?
I don't think she cares.
I mean, do you have a theory about why liberals care so much that other people like Trump?
Because he's like a completely morally bankrupt person that's
But why should you care that I like him?
Well, I have accepted that you like him, but I think it's hard for people when they care about someone.
Whoa.
To say,
This is the perfect thing. Why do they care? Tell me why. What's underneath?
Okay. Well, care leads to voting, and then voting leads to bad policies.
Why can I not be a friend of yours if you like Trump?
If he was your friend, I'd be much more chill about it. But because you like him, he's my president.
Well, I think she's misdiagnosed. It has nothing to do with morality. You don't care about morality.
Of course we do.
Your party doesn't support standards of morality. Anything. You can do drugs. You can be homeless. You can hit people, let other murderers into the country. You can do all kinds of things. They don't judge.
They're going to let
the
the son of Sam. You're going to let the son of Sam out of jail. The son of Sam.
You guys apologize to a guy who tried to shoot the president.
Keep the son of Sam.
Your morality.
Judge said that.
Don't talk to morality. Don't talk to Bill Clinton about morality.
You guys got evangelicals to support a guy who is.
I'm not gonna lie, it's fire. That it's like they're trying their best to see how far she gonna get angry. And they did it.
Judge said that.
They did it.
Don't talk to Bill Clinton about morality.
You guys got evangelicals to support a guy who has cheated on every single wife that he's had.
But who cares if I like him?
I said I don't care. I have accepted
No, but why do your peers?
Look how mad she is.
Why do you? I'm doing it, Scott Jennings. Get your finger out of my face. No, why do liberals care that we like him? It's because they cannot get themselves emotionally out of the way, and it bothers them. They know that they might be wrong. The sunk cost of hating somebody
because it
rips
has
you apart.
electoral consequences.
Not everybody thinks that
say,
way.
Oh, I don't
at
know.
all.
We don't walk around and go, "What's the polling say?"
Well,
What's
what
your
then why are we looking at any video of Obama? What do you care? That suit was fly, and just let him have his stupid museum.
I like.
Listen, y'all. See, this just goes to show you, just as she said, let him have his stupid museum, and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. When it comes to the left, I've always known, and I've told y'all this before, what I've noticed, mind y'all, I'm not saying this based off of, I'm not about to say this based off of, okay, I'm saying this because of who I support and what I support and this, that, and the other. I'm not saying this because of this, because obviously it's been a couple years. Obviously, a lot of y'all know who I support, what y'all know. The real ones know. But back then, I came from a Democratic family. They still Democrats. I literally just got off the phone with both my parents and my brother. All the way. Most of my family. But when I first started doing these videos and seeing for myself, obviously me being independent, I seen for myself on how a lot of individuals react on when you bring something up. It's more so of not actually realizing reality, it's more of them putting emotion first. It's not really looking at the importance, of things or the policies or this, that, and the other. They rather look at headlines, things on social media, the lies. It's the way that individuals react. And I started to see that. I started to realize that. I'm not saying that you don't get that really from both sides. I said that wrong. You may get some emotion from the right. You may get some emotion from the left. You might get some emotion from, you independent. But when I tell y'all, when it comes to the left, a lot of those individuals don't really think for themselves. And it's not to bash anybody. You truly see that based off of stats. You see how many people are leaving. I'm going to show you at the end. Are leaving when it comes down. You see how many black voters are now seeing for themselves of, we've been told lies. So when you have that, and I seen this video, it completely made sense. It truly made sense. Not to mention, we talk about Obama's museum, whatever he has going on there. People are outraged about that because they see that a lot of these things, it doesn't make sense. I just got off the phone with my dad. And I'm like, Pop, you know how much it is, to get, because he was like, yeah, I'm going to the museum, when they open. You know how much it is? It's $30. $30. It's the most expensive. First of all, he went over budget. The museum, the library, museum, whatever you want to call it, I think it was $500 million. He went over budget, and it ended up being $850 million. Says starting on June 19th, the center will be open. This is Obama saying this. I'm going to read the whole thing. Michelle and I can't wait for you to visit Obama Presidential Center. Starting on June 19th, the center will be open to the public, and you'll be able to check out the museum along with public spaces, like a new branch of the Chicago Public Library with a reading room, a 2-acre playground, a fruit and vegetable garden, and more. Let me tell y'all something. It does not look like that from the outside. It does not look like that. And it's so crazy and odd just how everything is. Like, I don't know. Like, it's very, very insane. You go on here and campus experience tour. It's over the course of 90 minutes. Guys will lead you across the 19.3 acre campus. Let me see here. I'm going to just select a date. That's what I'm going to do. So you got it sold out at 10:30. It's 75. Children under 3 do not require a ticket. Let me tell y'all something. I feel like if you so-called and people, I don't know. So if it's other places like this, me personally, I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel like it should be some type of limit. Even if it's 16 or 18, anybody up under those ages should be free. That's just me. Me personally, that's just me. But as y'all see, it's $75 to get the experience tour per person. You're free if you're under the age of 3, like a 3-year-old wants to go to a museum. Yeah. You have it here. It's all sold out completely. All sold out on Monday, July 13th, obviously. The next ticket is literally $30 a person, 12 and up. Children ages 3 to 11 is $23. Illinois resident adult is $26. Illinois resident child is $15. So mind y'all, they said if you live there, it's free. I didn't even know. It's again, children under 3, it's free. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all think about that. Y'all let me know. But me personally, having a library, a public library, and this, that, and the other, I feel like they definitely doing too much. But again, that's just me. I'm actually play this whole video this time. I played it yesterday, and I lied too. The original budget was $350 million. They went way over budget. The final cost was $850. I said $500. It was $350 million. Check it out.
Have been very hands-on. This is a 3D model, right, of the center. So walk us through it a little bit here.
So the idea here was not to just build a museum or an archive or a mausoleum, particularly since I'm still here. The idea was to build a campus and a center where we could not only talk about my presidency, but more importantly, create a living, breathing institution that was helping to train and promote and encourage young leaders and citizens to get involved, be active, and be effective change agents in the world. And so what we have here is the main tower will have all the museum exhibits. And people who want to see Michelle's dresses and want to see campaign paraphernalia and the marshmallow cannon. Oh, what do we got here?
It's an air cannon.
What do you use it for?
Just I use it for shooting marshmallows and everything. I live on the edge of a wasp.
Okay, can we demonstrate? This is great. Oh! That's where this will be housed. There will be at the top incredible room where people can look out over the Chicago landscape and reflect on the history that they've seen. But we've also created space where we're going to have auditoriums. We'll have a branch of the Chicago Library here, which will be attached to a reading room where some of my archives will be. We'll have classrooms and recording studios where young people can learn how to tell their stories and how they can be more effective in working on issues like climate change or criminal justice reform that they care deeply about. We want to create a campus, a place where the public...
Let me tell y'all something about this. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all with this whole thing. And I'm gonna play the rest of this video. Don't y'all think, like me personally, don't y'all think seeing how bad things are, Chicago, I feel like this money definitely could have went and did I feel like there's other things they could have did rather than this. And I'm not trying to shoot nothing down, but I feel like this is something that's really, I don't want to be negative though. I don't want to be negative and say that it's really not going to make no change. It's just Chicago is so bad right now. This is not something that I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
There are not a lot of windows on the building, but that's intentional because sunlight is just not a friend to the artwork and the artifacts that are going inside of the building.
In the shape, also intentional.
The shape of the building is actually meant to mimic four hands coming together to show the importance of our collective.
Where is it four hands? I feel like they're making shit up. There's no way. That's not, if four hands come together, it don't even look like, that don't look like that.
Mimic four hands coming together to show the importance of our collective action.
And the person who is running the organization is a former community organizer. You can imagine that from day one, he wanted to ensure the community was a part of this process.
Valerie Jarrett, a former senior advisor to President Barack Obama, is now the CEO of the Obama Foundation. Jarrett notes that Obama is intimately involved in this investment.
Y'all know who this is? All I'm going to say is that's the real father. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say too much. Maybe tomorrow. But as I'm saying that, somebody in the comments, y'all going to say exactly who that is. I know for a fact somebody in the comments going to say exactly who that is. You got it right here. Trump's Presidential Library and Museum literally towers over Obama's Presidential Library and Museum. It's not just the size, but the appearance, class, and overall message and feeling it gives you. It's just beyond, words. One thing about it, I did see this, and one thing about it is that it definitely looks, I don't know. It looks nice and classical. It looks, I don't know. Me personally, I think it looks real good. I ain't gonna play it because I don't want to copyright it, but as you can see, it looks fire though. It looked like a nice regular building, right? I ain't gonna say regular, but y'all know what I mean. Something that you really used to. A little bit. It's a whole plane in there. That's wild. Oh, planes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Well, not your regular building, but y'all know what I mean, though. It's not that, and that just it just I don't know. It looks like how do I say this? It looks kind of like a rock, like concrete or something, like just plain. It looks like a. I don't know. I want to keep talking about it. I ain't trying to be me. As it says right here, Barack Obama's, and they said, YouTube, Trash Can Library is now the most expensive presidential library to visit. And the African American community in the area hates it. Absolutely hates it. Check it out.
At $30 per ticket. And I think we have a comparison. The Bill Clinton Presidential Library, just to compare, is $12 a ticket. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I wish you could put that picture of the Obama library back up, if the producers could do that, because at the weekend show, we call it not the Obama Presidential Library, we call it the North Korean Watchtower, because that's actually what it looks like. It's a brutalist, hideous piece of architecture, which, by the way, the African-American community in that area hates it. They've been protesting it, and that's where the protests ought to be. Back in the 1960s, Ainsley, the federal government started going in Washington, D.C., asking for architecture to become more modern. And President Trump has gone in the face of that and said, no, we are going to return to classical, beautiful architecture, because you know what? We as humans are actually wired for truth and beauty. In fact, they say that the studies show that when people are around classical, traditional architecture, they report being happier. And in fact, polls show that 72% of Americans prefer classical.
They definitely do. You know, as I'm showing y'all this video, so people will say that, you know, I'm not lying about it, but you literally have people in the area that absolutely hates this library.
Obama, we're calling on you and Michelle. You and Michelle, come and apologize to Chicago for doing this. You come and apologize to South Shore for moving all these people out, displacing all these people, having J.B. Bristol steal our property. Obama, before you come and cut that ribbon on this ugly building, come and apologize to South Side of Chicago, to Chicago, period. Period. People stood behind you, thinking that you was going to be about something, and you wasn't about nothing. You owe us an apology. We want an apology from Barack Obama.
We not leaving. We here all summer until he come. We here all summer until he come.
Y'all see it. I'm telling y'all, serious. It's people that truly do not like that, because like I said and I stated, you know, just a few minutes ago, is that I truly feel like it could have been something else with all that money and their foundation and this, that, and the other. I feel like it could have been other things, you know, in different parts that they could have did to help out. Starting with the schools, starting with, you know, all the violence and the League of Aliens. I feel like it's so many things of like a change to make, you know, obviously Chicago better. But y'all see what they're doing. You know, it's nothing but another money grab, honestly. And it's definitely sickening. It shows right here, and I'm going to play some of this video. Says CNN reports black voters shifting away from Democrats as Trump's approval rises. Check it out. And
yeah, I think what we're seeing right now in the numbers is
CNN.
President Trump and the Republican Party are chipping away at the long-term advantage that Democrats have had with black voters, with African Americans. You can see it right here. Look, Trump's approval among African Americans at this point in term one, he was at 12%. You know, he's been losing ground with a lot of people. He's gaining ground with African Americans. He's up to 16% at this point. And you say, this isn't that big of a shift. But I will tell you, Republicans absolutely love this shift that's going on, because Democrats have had such a long-term advantage The fact that he's actually gaining ground versus where he was in term number one, this has major implications for elections down the line, because Democrats, especially in a lot of these tight races, you talk about places like Georgia, right down in the South, you see this type of movement for Trump actually gaining ground. This could have major ramifications and help put Republicans over the top in a number of southern places in the midterm elections.
But do you see this as part of a bigger trend?
I see this as absolutely part of a bigger trend. Donald Trump's Republican Party is absolutely gaining ground, not just him gaining in terms of his approval rating, but look at the party ID margin, Kate, because this to me was absolutely stunning. Look at this party ID margin among African Americans. At this point in Trump term number one, Democrats had a 63-point advantage. That is absolutely fallen. Look at where it is now. A double-digit shift away. Democrats, of course, still have the advantage, but it's a 12-point shift to the Republican Party. And I look back through Gallup's records. They sent me their records. And this, in fact, lead that Democrats have is actually smaller than any lead from 2006 to 2021. So Democrats are leading. But again, we're talking about chipping away. Republicans are chipping away at this long-term advantage that Democrats have had among African Americans. We see it in terms of Trump's approval rating, and we even see it to a wider degree among the party ID margin, where all of a sudden there are a number of African Americans who are walking away from the Democratic Party, and a number of them who are walking into the Republican tent.
Y'all see it right here. Definitely see it right here. It just goes to show y'all. It truly just goes to show y'all. Somebody had this comment actually is fire. This comment is actually fire. This man said black voters would be 90% Republican if we had a fair media. That's probably I ain't gonna lie, the realest comments that I didn't seen all week. Really all month. I ain't gonna lie. I truly feel like, and that's why I love what I'm doing. I promise y'all, this is exactly why I love what I'm doing, because I'm going to try my best and try my best and try my best to do what I can so people can know the truth. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and definitely appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Catch y'all next one.